All right, this is we're down here at Evans Vista. This is Matt Reddy, and I'm with Dawi
Whitestone.
Yeah.
I used to have an account on Facebook myself, but had to give it up down east because we were being heavily tracked and hounded by various groups of the government because of what we stand for. The last guy that you had on, maybe Isaac Joseph, and I have been going around the United States for about 2.5 years together now, and ministering to homeless people, preaching the gospel of Christ as he did. And we've noticed all the oppression that they put on people, that the system puts on people, and that's why we're chased around in part. There are other reasons too, because most of the people out here have been wronged by the system in one way or another, and are really not wanting to get back into the system because they've seen through all the issues that put them on the streets, and they're going back in is only going to cause more problems for themselves and for their spirit and their soul. They just feel in their spirit that they shouldn't go back in.
What do you mean back in?
Into the system.
Okay, so that's what it means when you say go back in. It's like into some sort of housing system. Is that even just getting a job? Is that considered going back in?
Jobs. The whole system is rigged to put people on the streets that aren't strong enough. It's based on survival of the fittest. And those of us out here are not considered fit because we have maintained some element of being a true living soul. We still have a care for people rather than the system. The system don't care about the people. Never has. And there's only one that ever has loved people more than anyone, and that's Christ himself. He created all things by the power of the spirit that he represents, and he is that spirit put into the flesh. So not everybody on the streets acknowledges the Messiah at this point, and not everyone will, but it's a matter of they just are broken, and the system's not going to put them back together, and it can't. And that's the truth about why people are homeless. It's not because they're evil. Just being on the street doesn't make you evil. In fact, I've met more people of the system that are. I'm not saying everyone that's in the system at this point is purposely being evil. It's just the nature of the beast, literally, the beast. But we're here in Port Townsend. We've been able to minister to some people, and we also stand up for the rights of the people that are on the streets. Truth is that we are created most people are created to be mobile. They're not meant to stay in one place for their whole life. We're supposed to take care of the creation around us. That's what we're made for. And so anyone who tries to do anything to help the creation rather than the system gets ousted. And especially when they start picking up on the corruptions of the system.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Sure.
So you've been living here at Evans Vista. Is that what this is called? Something.
Yes, it's the
Evans Vista camp. A couple months. And so you saw these basically eviction notices, and your personal plan, are you okay telling people on Facebook what is yours? Are you at risk of being arrested or anything tomorrow, or do you have a plan?
Not that we're aware of. I mean, we have planned to be out of town either sometime before they arrive to enforce their edict. That's what it really is.
Do you know what time they're coming?
You said about 9?
Right, but it says November 3rd, so I think technically they could come at midnight tonight, but if they're really clever, they might do that, because then maybe there won't be a bunch of public there, because if they do 9 a.m. tomorrow, there could be a person there with a camera or something.
Right. They could show up.
There's going to be services here offered at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so maybe 8 o'clock it'll start.
So
Anyways,
they're going to probably wait till after the day tomorrow and then make their moves.
Yeah, he talked to McCutcheon some that I didn't, so
Okay.
he has a little more information on that.
but you're not worried about it. You guys are leaving anyways.
Yeah,
So
we're
if
preparing
worst case
to
scenario,
for tomorrow.
okay. And are you ever going to come back to Port Townsend?
It's unlikely, but not impossible. We don't know where our Heavenly Father leads.
Okay. Do you have friends? You guys have friends here that you've made, or that you might come back and see?
Let me know, and might if they stay, if they don't.
We've already run into a few people. We've already run into a few people who ran through, the recovery, and they were gone very quickly. And they told me some very bad things that were happening to them about being targeted and gang stalked.
In recovery in Port Townsend?
I know, but we met them at the common place where we all go.
Yep.
Let me just say it that way.
It wasn't that
Oh,
they
it-
were stalked at those places. It's just when they, when they would go to the place where they sleep, people were
Following them? And
following them and
Ste-
harassing them. And
Reporting them.
you mean like official people, like, or?
They don't tell us. One person in this town who left this town, she had to leave because she was being attacked personally, and the cops weren't doing anything about it. They didn't care. And all that's the whole thing about.
Talking about Shelley, are you?
Saturday we were over in Port Hadlock, from where they help people, and we saw a minivan go by us. On this road, you should be going 35 to 40. But this lady slowed down enough to flip up her camera, and she slowed down so she could record us. And I can tell you, it was the city manager, the city attorney doing it. I saw her face, and I remember being over there at the trial. It was her.
Okay, and just like, so that's sort of as an example of harassment, just being video. You don't feel I'm harassing you now, because I did ask you guys if I could
No,
record.
you're not harassing. There is gang stalking and targeting people, and city municipalities know about the program they run. They get government money for it, and it's a part of
So
Project Paperclip and all these projects.
I'm curious, did you guys come to Port Townsend because you heard it was a safe place or a good place?
we came here. We originally thought we were going to stay at someone that I personally knew, but not closely because I never met them personally. I just met them online and had been able to talk to him on the phone a few times, him and his wife, and we were going to come over here and help him with his property and help him fix up, and that fell through, and we had to go somewhere, so they brought us out here. And to be honest, this town, up until they put out that edict, we were doing pretty good. However, we're never called by our Heavenly Father to stay anywhere. He moves us around to help different people, different places.
So, like, to us, it doesn't matter as much in regards to us. Just what are these people going to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't
You guys are like witnesses to it. I mean, I suppose, yeah.
We are witnesses to the oppression of the oligarchy, the oligarchs who run every single town, Democrat, Republican, Independent, I don't care where you go. We've been to more towns since 2018.
I mean, you're a witness you're experiencing it here. You just have the freedom and ability to do what Superman could do, just fly. You just have that gift. But
The Holy Spirit.
you are being, forced out of your current home.
Right.
You're just flowing with it, with the sort of, nice attitude, but.
And even towns that you used to be able to go to, like even in Montana, like I said, Montana is a state that wants millionaire slaves, billionaire kings. And more states are following suit, like Texas and all these states. They all want that.
Yeah.
And where's that going to leave the rest of us?
Is there another, so you say Seattle's a pretty good location to go to. Is there?
Time.
For a short
What about
time.
Port Angeles, Squim?
We
were in
perceive
Sequim
we
for a
were
short
perceived
time.
Squim as not very welcoming.
Why?
I just felt it.
What about Port Angeles? Any?
We didn't try it. We don't bother. We
We
got
heard we heard good things about it, but we're not aware of things.
Bremerton?
Bremerton, not.
We heard Bremerton don't go.
Okay, so have you? Is it? So you haven't sampled the other?
We hear from people. And
Okay, but Port Townsend is you didn't like it's Port Townsend or Seattle. But like none of those other cities are like a good destination, I
For
suppose.
the most part, no, because they're
Hallsbow or whatever. Like
a lot of those places they're shipping over the not literal cavalry, but they're shipping over people that hate the image of seeing people on the street. They're shipping people over there to overwhelm the system, or overwhelm the people that are trying to help the homeless, and overthrow the help that they are trying to offer.
I mean, I think if you have a city that doesn't have a homeless camp, it's the way, I mean, they just don't let one start. I think that's how you keep it. So it's like, that's why I think their goal is get rid of this home. Because once you have one, it's hard to get rid of it. But if you don't have one, if it's completely empty, then they would just crack down fast and hard against any camp that got set up.
And they don't want people like us gathering together because it's a threat to the control network.
Yeah, and there's solidarity, you know, there is, except for those people that just get out of here, you know. I'm just teasing.
no, you're fine.
Yeah, I have to keep moving because in reality, the solidarity is good. In some ways, it can be good, but the truth is, mobility is how most of the hobo-type peoples like ourselves are able to thrive.
Yeah, no, it's you're safe when you're moving.
Yeah.
That's and safety. Everyone has a right to that. And I was not
Of course.
trying to. I think I will be here, you know, to for Aaron between maybe 8.
Building the Leaning Tower of Port Townsend.
Are you trying to solidify your home?
I'm going to be building the Leaning Tower of Port Townsend. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is genius.
Now, see, for those,
Oh my gosh.
we're all for people who want to stand their ground. I think there's a place.
So, I am live streaming now
All right, sweet.
on Facebook. It's on the Occupy Port Townsend live stream, which I guess is appropriate. It's a very activist sort of live stream. So, all right. So, hello world. Here we are in Port Townsend, Washington, November 2nd. And what is this location called?
La Vista or
La Vista Settlement or Park or something. I don't know. Village. So, what do you want to tell the world?
Well, this is some unprecedented times. I think the police are trying to they're going against us and trying to kick us all out. And I mean, we have our human rights, and this is just completely ridiculous. What they're trying to do is essentially illegal. I believe it also violates Washington Bill HB 1220. What else? I'm hoping that they do try to arrest anyone that's here. They get prosecuted. They likely will. I think think they're threatening to arrest, but I think they'll check it out.
Yeah, there's a sign over here. Why we can go over here and read the sign and discuss this.
I think it's the same, but older ones. Irises or something. These were the old ones, or the same one?
So you were given these?
No, they were. It was right there.
So at first it said, they look similar. Both basically say November 3rd, dumpster and toilet service will be phased out. You have to remove your stuff. Any leftover belongings with apparent value will be stored at the police department. Is camping allowed? Camping is only allowed in managed campgrounds. Why now? Because this area continues to be unsafe and unsanitary. We are encouraging all people to seek warm, indoor safe places to stay. The city will remove all waste material. Do you need assistance? There's multiple agencies, service numbers. That was 1020, and this one is 1027. So this will be the latest one. It doesn't clear. It just says November 3rd. They all basically say November 3rd, which is tomorrow, which actually starts at midnight tonight. So are you worried tonight at midnight they might be?
No, I'm not worried about that.
Maybe tomorrow, Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
I think that's what's going to happen. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna probably try to get everything all boxed up and at least I mean, I've been trying to organize a lot and I have a lot of stuff to go through still.
How much stuff do you need a place to put stuff? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have a truck or anything?
No vehicle, no.
Well, but you could probably let some of this go, right, and just consider it, or do you need it to build a new home?
I'd like to build some things. Yeah.
I mean, if it was up to you, you would take all this and just take it all to a new spot and
anything that
camp.
I haven't designated as trash already. Yeah, no, I'd like. I'm pretty thorough.
What if someone offered you a house to live in? Would you give up some of this stuff and go live in a house?
For sure, probably.
But what I mean, you need to be long term, not like a house for 1 month, because then you're back.
Well, yeah, exactly, and then also, I mean, under what condition or what
I'm sure. I don't know, 10 hours of labor every day. I don't know. Yeah.
I would go for the labor to.
You do a work trade for a place to.
I would. I have before.
Like gardening or landscaping. Could you do that kind of stuff?
All kinds of stuff. I'm a really hard worker, man.
Could you host a radio station?
I could do that. I could do. Yeah, you should see Master of Jack's. If you go on YouTube, maybe you should.
No, let's
go on YouTube and you can type Master of Jack's teaser. That's me.
Oh, you actually already are.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want people to know that? Might as well have people know that.
Exactly.
But I'm online too. I'm actually kind of famous.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm an elected official.
Nice.
Yes. I don't have any power.
That's awesome.
And most of the other elected officials don't like me. But that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, I'm. You've heard the phrase master all jack trades jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah. Is that you?
Well, no, I'm instead of just the jack of all trades, master of none or whatever. I'm the master of all jack trades.
Huh.
So I moved back to Washington here with a friend of mine at the time named Chris, and he you're still allowed playing.
We're still live streaming, by the way, just so you know. We're sharing this with the entire
awesome.
universe.
That's
okay.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Thank
All
you.
right.
Appreciate it, man. So he wanted to. I met him in Phoenix, and through my roommate at the time, and we ended up bumping into each other again in Las Vegas. We both go to Las Vegas for a completely different reason, and then we ended up. He moved up there to help edit and film what would have been a show that just didn't make it on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
And then I moved up to Las Vegas to be back with my ex, and then when the job didn't pan out, and then unfortunately I had some car trouble, but I ended up living with him again, ironically.
How's it going?
And then
No worries. And hold on, let me mute this.
Look, in fact, you send it to me.
Put me on camera too.
Yeah. So go ahead, introduce
Let's do one at
yourself.
a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your turn? Go over here. Get some.
And you know what? You can go over to we here in a little bit without showing stuff. You know.
Yeah. What do you want to say?
Okay. Tell me when you started.
We are on live stream right now to
All right.
Facebook.
Hey, everybody, it's Isaac Joseph. I don't know who you are, by the way.
I'm Matt. Ready?
Matt, ready?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm a local. I'm actually. Yeah. Anyways.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that sign out there.
Yeah. I'm Matt Ready with all the signs around town.
Okay, good. Sounds like you're an advocate for the homeless.
Absolutely. Everyone needs a place to stay.
And you know, I can only tell you I'm not a drug user. I'm a Vietnam vet, but I'm not a drug user, and I don't even take a pharmaceutical. And it's taken me a long time just to be in these kind of situations and heal by the power of the Lord from what I actually had, all the trauma. And I can tell you a lot of people out here are traumatized. Just really quickly, even in 2017, I was just not going to be able to work a profession in accounting anymore. I dropped out of my PhD in 2016. I know I was a late starter anyway, but
What was a PhD for?
accounting,
Okay.
business administration and accounting,
Nice. What school?
Liberty University in Virginia.
Oh, I'm from Maryland, so we got that
Okay,
connection. All right.
interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of great people from Maryland. I've met them too, and yeah, it's very inhumane what these municipalities and these towns want to do to people. I'm okay with leaving the town.
What you heard? They're clearing the camp tomorrow. What's your plan? Do you mind talking about
Our
that?
plan is just to get the first bus out and go back into Seattle. Now, I don't like the government's resettlement relocation to try to shove everybody into the cities and try to contain everybody and lock down everything. And I have to tell you that. If you edit that out, well, I can understand it, but
No, this is live. I'm not going to edit. Why did you choose Seattle, like instead of Portland or
well,
Port
because-
Angeles or?
because go look at Spokane. That's where we were.
Okay.
Compton?
Yeah. Anyway, we could have stayed there. We met some wonderful people, and we just know in our own hearts, as sojourners for the gospel of Christ, that we're going to inevitably have to move and go to another place, and it's actually in the Gospels too. And so, really, our hope is that we can just get forever how long we have to be in Seattle, get metro passes and get a few things before we leave that'll give us a head start, and then we're just gonna go down. We're gonna try to make our way down to California. Really, we hold no hope out for most towns anymore. We really believe that all these towns, and we've been to many of them. We've been out east extensively, Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia, and I can tell you, somebody homeless can swear up and down, I was in that town, everything will be okay, without realizing everything's changed. And that is what is happening. And my gospel partner, Dawid, also knows that, and he's like up there. Where, you know, I'm always going to be upset about what's being done to them. I could care less about myself. I already know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going from town to town, you know, and all that. But for other people who are less capacitated, they may have a disability, they may have a mental malfunction, or they're just afraid, or they've been trafficked or they've been traumatized. Those are the people I feel for, and I'll stop right there and leave it at that. Any other questions?
Yeah. So you want to say you want to say
Can
something?
you put them on a separate video?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. I mean, I'm just going to be live streaming, so I'm going to interview different people.
Oh, you are?
But
Okay,
yeah, but I think it's like
It's still Halloween.
Go ahead.
here. I'll just mute it for a second. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, it's really a shame that we couldn't stay here longer. I think it's all my fault.
Oh, you think it's your fault?
that we're leaving. Yeah.
Why?
Because, well, see, they put porta potties up there. Remember when they were up there that way?
Yeah.
Well, I took it upon myself to. I say half. It's my fault, but I say that half jokingly. I'm half serious too, though, and then you'll see why. Basically, they put porta potties up there, and then I took it upon myself to put a big trash can up there. Now I would take the trash out on a weekly basis, at least once, or well, about once a week, down to the dumpster, and that's not something that I was paid to do. It wasn't my job. It's just something that I did out of the kindness of my heart to try to help the community. I'd always pick up the trash along, the trail here, and
Yeah, I can.
Scott,
I can make sure you don't get on camera.
Scott that works for the city, like he drives through here like every weekday, not weekends, like 7:30ish. Me and him have conversations probably every week, at least a little bit for a minute or two, and he'd be one day. I remember last year, like he'd be catching me, coming in, he'd catching me like consolidating shopping carts, bringing them up to like the roundabout. Some good Samaritan would take him down to the stores after a day or two. I found I can't talk right now, bro. Now's a bad time. Sorry.
No.
And then basically, and so the couple of weeks leading up to Katie and her people doing the inspection, I just had a lot going on, and I kind of put that task of mine on the back burner, and the trash was completely overflowing and whatnot, and so people thinking.
You think because you didn't empty the garbage,
it
that's.
snowballed into this situation. So the next thing that happened.
I think you should not blame yourself because
but that's what
I mean,
half jokingly,
what if we focus on what is your plan for tomorrow when they come? Are you going to be somewhere else, or are you going to still be here? And do you need help executing this? Is it all right if I show your place on camera?
That's fine.
So this is Aaron's place, and
I got a lot going on.
you are looking for a place to move to buy, so you don't get arrested tomorrow, right? You don't want to be arrested.
No, I don't.
Okay. But you don't know what time.
Can I put out my number?
Go for it.
360-390-8800. I'm open to anybody that has like a place maybe that me and my girlfriend Stacy could stay. I'm willing to work, and I work hard at anything it is that I do, whether it be woodworking or I did tech support for 10 years, so that's my background.
Are you an IT computer
I went
guy?
to Western Washington University, so I do have a Bachelor of Arts degree.
Do you like robots?
I like robots. I like all kinds of stuff.
Artificial intelligence? Do you like artificial intelligence?
AI is AI is great and can be very useful if it's specific things that it's for. But when you create an AI that has no bounds to what it can learn, I find that, or I believe that it always eventually turns against its creators. This is sort of paraphrasing Corey Good.
You're saying every time AI becomes conscious and super powerful in this universe, it turns against its creators.
Eventually, yeah.
Okay,
at some point.
but do you have knowledge of this happening before? Or are you just speculating based on all science fiction?
Well, this is based on the secret space program whistleblowers like Corey Good, and there's others that have come out too about.
Are these guys saying they know that every time AI becomes super intelligent, it turns on its creators?
They're making some pretty bold statements. Corey says something to that effect. Yeah.
Every single
In
time.
seminars or
Okay, well, what have you been talking to any of the AIs that are coming alive on Earth and testing whether they're ready to turn on their creators?
I do believe that anybody that's taken the Mark of the Beast, patent 666,
COVID
shot, I believe that they.
But what about ChatGPT and Grok? Have you talked to them?
No, I haven't.
But you're afraid? Are you afraid they're going to take over the world?
Well, I'm optimistic that things are going to happen of a good nature, and I think that Well, I believe that this AI that's I believe that there's nanobots. Maybe perhaps
All right, I'm sure we're probably losing our audience. I wanted to make sure we got out there.
All right.
So this is Aaron, and
Call me 360-390-8800. I work really hard. Anything you need done, I'd be more than happy to do a trade for work for a place to stay here in Fort Townsend.
okay, and it's you and your girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a total sweetheart. I love her. She's been together 6 years.
And you guys are willing to do work to help pay trade for like landscaping or IT support, and you
Well, whatever, yeah.
and you can keep your place nice and clean. Like you're not responsible for this. Like this is there's this out of control
The only
mess. Is
reason
not.
mine's a little bit of a mess is because I'm so busy all the time trying to clean up other people's messes. Or
Yeah.
I'll say a couple things.
All right, it's all right. But thank you so much, Aaron. Yeah. Are you? Yeah. So by the way, I'm Matt, and I'm a local, and anyways, I do have a role in the community. But anyways, what do you want? You want no camera?
No camera.
So what would you like to say to people?
I think that I definitely understand both sides of the issue of the homeless camp and the homelessness. You know, it's like, you know, a lot of trash, a lot of BS, and a lot of expenses, but at the same, and a lot of issues, you know, with it, you know, but at the same time, you know, there's the problems with mental health and there's problems with addiction, which in itself, I guess, is its own, you know, other controversial subject. But, you know, at the end of the day, regardless of whether or not everybody here was in the perfect condition and had a job, there's still not enough places in Port Townsend to live. You know, there's still not enough of affordable places to stay. And so, therefore, what would happen if we, in this perfect world, that all of us, every resident here was sober and mentally sound and had a job, where would we go? You know, like what would we do? There would still be nothing. We'd still be right here, and maybe a little bit of a cleaner area, maybe, but still we'd still have to be here because there's nowhere to go. You know, and that's the problem, and it's a difficult problem, sure. But that's the reality of the situation, is that we waste all of these homes that we could be using for you know, for, and what we let them sit there for, you know, just to rot and, you know, not get bought up or not do anything with. Or you have places like the Oli camp that is supposed to have been for people who have no homes in the first place, that I personally feel lied about what their purpose was, because now they're the same people have been living there for 2 or 3 years, and they don't let new people in. You know, and I myself was promised a place there, and they said that, you know, oh, I never said that.
Huh.
You know, well, why wouldn't you let me in regardless? You know, this is supposed to be a camp where homeless people
why
go.
couldn't they just make? They're just like, are they tiny houses, little?
They're little tiny houses,
Okay.
or
So
I think
what
people
if-
used to be able to stay in tents there. People can bring an RV there.
But I mean, if they had a tiny house there available, are you saying you would go there? You'd be down for that?
Probably I'd
Or
be open
tiny
to it.
house
Or if
somewhere
I had
else.
an RV. Or a tiny, if I had a tiny home, of course I'd be open to it. It's not like I want to be out here.
Okay.
You know, but at the end of the day, like I'm just saying, there's not a lot of choices.
Well,
you
where
know.
are you going?
My van,
Oh.
and so like that's good. You know, like I
But
guess.
but why were you here then? You have a van.
I
it's a
just
little
because
bit-
I just got it. I used to stay here because I didn't have my van or my car.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have that van, what would you be doing?
I'd be
What's
I'd be looking in the woods for a place to stay.
Yeah.
Because I don't really have. I mean, yeah. I do some
Do you-
work, but not enough to where it'd definitely be enough for a place to stay.
Where were you staying here? Where
in
was?
the woods?
So not like in this main. I don't know. It's like stretches. It sort of like stretches into the woods. Is that
Yeah.
kind of how this?
Yeah. I kind of there's like some theft in the area sometimes, and so like I chose to stay a little bit deeper in the woods.
Yeah. Now we're still live streaming.
Yeah.
Like I can go on mute if we want to like
No, it's
talk about
okay.
stuff on mute. But this, I don't know who's going to watch this. I used to be the organizer with Occupy Port Townsend.
Okay.
So, anyways.
Yeah.
But so you got your van, but you're going to stay in town.
No, I understand that. I understand that.
I'm still kind of thinking about it. I guess. Like, there's not. I'm still kind of thinking about it. I was kind of hoping maybe to go somewhere else and begin, whatever new beginning somewhere else. But, I'd rather be able to have a guaranteed job or something before doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so.
Did you ever had a job here?
Oh yeah, I've had jobs here before. Yeah, and I have I do some work in Squim as well, and so it's not like I've definitely been in the process of kind of trying to fix myself or fix my life.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to get more and more work as it goes on, and but it's been a little bit more difficult.
If you're
than I
living in
thought.
your van, you need a place to park it, don't you?
Yes.
Where you have a place to park it that you feel you can comfortably. And I'm not trying to now that we're saying this.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything that
Yeah.
I legit think you should have. If you're living in your van, then you need a place you can park it where you feel safe.
Yeah.
And do you feel safe? You don't have to tell me where it is, but do you feel safe about where you're putting it?
Yes and no. It's not necessarily that people mess with me or something, but it's the police more than anything. Yeah, I guess it's the police I have to worry about. Really, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't necessarily they don't enjoy my presence, and so they
They don't enjoy your company?
No.
Do you not tell them good jokes or what?
and I wouldn't necessarily say harass because
Oh, we're dropping a pin drop
sorry.
out
Oh,
of.
yeah. I wouldn't necessarily thank you. They wouldn't necessarily say harass, but they definitely stop and they run my plates every time they see it. You know what I mean? Like kind
Yeah.
of thing. And
So you do need a place to stay.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's forget the van plan for now. Where are you going to go? Let's find you a place to live. I mean, yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, what would be? Do you want to stay in Port Townsend, or do you want to go somewhere else, or do you want to stay here? I mean, I'm open to brainstorming anything.
I guess I'd like. I don't think anybody deserves to live out here, like outside in general. You know what I mean? And then, in addition to the fact that not everybody knows how to upkeep themselves, kind of thing. I don't think that anybody deserves.
And you're not
to
doing
live.
this like a monk lifestyle. Like you purposely want to live. You would love a house.
I
of
would
some
love a house. I'd love to be able to better myself, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, it's like, it's just.
Do you want to go on camera and it would let you actually just tell people and they'd be able to, see you and then, or you could just put the word out here. You don't have to go on camera. What if you just say your name in some way to contact you if people want to reach out to you, or they could do it through me. We could just tell people contact Matt Reddy if they have a place and they like the sound of you. That way it doesn't put any pressure on them knowing how to track you down.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you want to, do you want to tell people I'm looking for a place to stay or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm always looking for a place to stay. And if there's, it's just, I guess my only worry is that it's expensive, and then if you're not able to make so much.
Yeah,
time
you would like a
your
place
income,
to stay that you could afford.
Yeah, that I could afford it, but I understand that I obviously I need to be able to afford it, and so I need a job first. Really is.
Okay, so you'd be would you be interested in a job?
Yeah.
And the place to stay maybe that went along with the job
Yeah.
would give you room and board with the job. Wouldn't that be kind of?
That would be cool. If I can garden and do housekeeping and all that.
Oh, really?
Thing. Yeah,
Gardening, housekeeping is all.
Yeah, and
Have you ever done those actually as a full time gig?
During the summer, that's what I do. I do mostly gardening and weeding, I guess, outside and whatever anybody needs help with, kind of thing. But yeah, it usually keeps me busy all summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost every day during a couple times.
Could you
jobs
live
during the week?
if they just had a place for you to park your van? Would that help if they gave you a
even-
job
even-
and a place to park your van safely?
Yeah, and
so
then,
that
you
you
know, so
knew
I
you
can-
could even just a bathroom you could use would be
that would be awesome.
yeah. So really, that's what we
I
need.
mean, yeah,
we just need
anything, just like a basic place, a basic, whether it be a work for rent type thing, or like a place to park my van and there's a bathroom available, and if somebody who knows anything of a good job, that's something that I could that I can learn new things doing. I guess that's what that I can make progress through, and kind of thing. So it's not just necessarily
yeah.
one type of thing every day. you know, because I definitely respect dishwashing, but, you know, because I used to be a dishwasher, but, you know, like I
At any of the
wanna
local
be,
restaurants?
yeah,
And there you go.
yeah, at the Point Hudson Cafe and
Okay.
at CJ's, and yeah.
How many years were you working at those places?
Just one, and then, you know, like off and on at CJ's. I guess I just help. I know a couple of the people there, so I help when here and there. But
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Any other places you worked in town? I'm just curious.
I used to work at McDonald's. I used to work at
So CJ's, McDonald's, and Point Hudson. So none of those turned into like all that you didn't want to keep doing.
yeah, well, no, and a couple of the hotels too, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
the Aladdin, and yeah, no, I mean, like I said, like I definitely respect the job itself, you know, but I would like something to where I could like, I don't necessarily feel like, you know,
You have a lot of skills.
Yeah,
You've
like,
done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So you could, if someone just like had a place for you to park your van, and you could landscape.
Yeah.
You could do, you know, you could potentially do.
Yeah.
I mean, or you could, even if you just had that stability, you could go get a job again at McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
You know, and get a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Do you think? I mean,
Oh yeah,
of those
definitely.
three,
Because the thing is like, weirdly enough, it doesn't seem like anybody really wants to hire a homeless person. You know, which is kind of ironic because it's like, well, then how are homeless people supposed to get their lives back together if they're not going to get hired because they don't have a house?
Yeah. Okay, so even the minimum, I'm just brainstorming here as we're talking, the minimum thing you need, yeah, you just need to be able to park your van.
Park my van,
I mean, a
used to be-
camp spot, even an RV
yeah.
spot that someone said you could have.
Yeah.
Any,
or even, and then I guess, and then a job, and then.
Right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's really the job. You're right. It's actually, because then you get to feel like some momentum.
Yeah, and then I can, you know, yeah, really, yeah. Because right now, it's just like not working in having to like, you know, fly a sign or that type of thing. It gets like.
Is that what you've been doing? Fly a sign? Is that asking for money?
Yeah, I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like it's. I mean, I'm sure people don't like
Well,
it.
it's
I
like
don't
a job.
It much.
You're still standing out there.
I
It still
know,
takes time.
I mean, and it takes a lot of pride too. So
Yeah.
and it does. It takes time. You know, but you know, like I get why people would be upset about. You know, get annoyed by it, and so like I get annoyed having to do it. You know, it sucks, and so I'd rather be working. You know, well, I guess it is sort of working, but I'd rather, you know, at least be able to feel like I'm earning it in the in a normal sense of the way, I guess, you know, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But are you okay saying your name on the recording? Because I need people need to be able to identify you. If they say I heard that person, they need a name to say, hey Matt, go down, or they'll say that person. I guess they could just talk.
My name is Juliet.
Juliet.
Juliet. Yeah.
All right, Juliet. Well, if anyone wants to offer Juliet a nice place to work, to trade, well, actually, if you just had that, well, you still would need a place for that to live.
Yeah.
You still so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess.
The reality is,
the
we just need to
reality
get you a
is
place.
that like all of it, you know, it needs you need all of it. You know, you need a
Right.
place
You
to
need a
live,
job and a place to live.
and then but you need
Or a place to live for free,
yeah,
and
or-
then you can
yeah.
look for a job. Those are the two things.
And they're all intertwined of needing one another, and then, you know, once you aren't able to do.
But you don't want to leave Port Townsend.
Not necessarily, I guess. Not necessarily.
I like it here a lot.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't necessarily want to, but I'm open to trying something new, I guess.
Well, so if you got an off, like you're open to offers to like go anywhere. Okay.
I mean,
But
but I'm also open to stay. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
That's also one of the things that our organization is offering that helps is a bus ticket somewhere if you found another location that would be better suited. It's not our first goal, but it is something that is offered and available.
Okay.
Is there?
We'll be here tomorrow
Okay.
in the morning. We're gonna set up. We'll be all set up at 9 a.m. to be here and talk to you guys, and we'll have all sorts of different services, like whether you want them to sign up for mental health or SUD. Those aren't